The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Guys, welcome back to Probably a Podcast. We have the stunning, gorgeous Miss Texas herself, Morgan Willett here, and I am so happy because, guys, you've all asked me this a million times. One, to have Morgan on in general, and I'm so happy to have her here. We've met briefly when we were in Fort Worth together. I almost just said Fort Lauderdale, not the same fort.
Not at all.
At all, really. But to get to hang out with you and talk to you, we just recorded an episode of her podcast. You guys go check it out. It's Your Internet Best Friend, and I thought it was fantastic. So,
oh my God, so fun. I can't wait to
check it out.
Talk more.
We get asked this question all the time. Is my producer Courtney the same as her producer Courtney? Yes, it is. Producer Courtney. She runs both of our podcasts and our lives, and we would be quite literally, I think, can speak for both of us, nothing without her.
I would not have a podcast.
I would literally never talk to you guys again. I would be like, never mind. And Courtney would be like, So yeah, we're really thankful to have producer Courtney. And she is in fact the same producer Courtney. She's all over the fucking map, guys. Okay. In Nashville and Franklin. Okay. So before we start, for those people, I'm going to use your phrase, but who live under a rock and do not know who you are, you're a fabulous influencer and content creator and fitness girly and all the things. But I would love for you to kind of tell us how you popped up on the map, baby, because we have that in common.
Yeah, we did. We've got that reality TV background, which TV. Humble beginnings. So I'm from middle of nowhere in Texas. It's called Granbury. Never heard of it.
Granbury.
Yep. It's fun fact. I should never say this. My parents get so mad. It is the meth capital of Texas.
You're lying.
Humble beginnings
of Texas, though. I thought you were going to say the country.
No, just Texas. So
I would love for you guys to write in if you also live in a meth capital of your state.
We should have like a pageant, but it'll be everyone as a representative of the meth capital of their state.
You're a fantastic representative. Genuinely. All your teeth.
I want a sash that says Granbury, Texas meth capital.
Oh my gosh, wait. We should have a pageant with everyone that is in the meth capital of their own state. I also would love a little like pie chart. I would just love to look at it. Just to peek at it.
Like, where's the meth capital in Tennessee?
I did meth by accident.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a different drug, and it was not. In fact, it was meth.
Okay, well, my question for this, I'm always curious. I will never try it. I'm such an addictive person to where, like, I really do think I would try it and be, like, a full-blown meth addict.
You would love it. It's such a lovable thing.
You liked it.
Yeah. I could totally understand the allure. I get it. I didn't like it afterwards, but I don't have an addictive personality.
Okay.
So I will try really any drug once or twice, but I don't dabble in the meth anymore any longer.
I love that.
I'll probably never try heroin. This is not a pro-drug podcast. It's just it's okay if you have done them before. I'm happy to chat about it.
A no judgment zone.
But, it's not a dare zone, but it's also not a go out and do drugs zone. But yeah, I did do meth by accident. And I only found out because we were all so sure that we did not do the correct thing. And we were all just like up for so long and feel like our eyes, all of us just kept saying the same thing. We're like so weird. Our eyes are closing, but they're like, we're like trying to sleep, but our eyes are like while they're closed. Like I was like, this is not right. And then we all just felt like really weird, hated it, super like paranoid. Like I don't know if I was itching, but I could see how people might want to start itching themselves. Like it was just like not a vibe on the tail end, right?
Okay.
When we were in the thick of it, we were having the time of our lives on meth. Okay, like we were, but we weren't at the end. And all my friends that were on meth, which was 4 of us, we didn't, don't do drugs from the bathroom attendants in Tulum. They don't have your best interest at heart, actually. All right. But we were all just came back and were like, that was crazy. And I was like, that was too crazy. I'm going to the doctor. And I went to the doctor and had our blood taken. And I was just straight up honest. I don't work a 9 to 5. No one's going to take me to HR. I was like, I did a crazy drug in Tulum. What was it? And he was like, okay, let me take your blood. It took a while, by the way, like to get this stuff back. And I kind of just thought he would just be like, amphetamines of some sort or whatever. He was like, so you 100% did meth. And I was like, really? And he was like, yes. And I was like, oh no. And he was like, by the way, the conversation wasn't funny and the doctor wasn't laughing and it was really awkward. And I was like, all right, well, thank you so much for telling me that. I just really wanted to make sure what, it was a really concerning time for me. Well, like it was awkward. I wasn't like, that's crazy.
Sweet.
Meant to do Molly, doc. And he was like, no, it wasn't like that. It was awkward.
But like, that's kind of cool to be like, I'm not saying I ever want to be like, I've done meth, but like, you can be like, you can check that off your bucket list and be like, did meth once.
I think it's a fun party trick to pull out of your hat every once in a while.
Hey, I support it.
There you go.
But anyways, yeah, if you feel like visiting Granbury, Texas and you want to do meth for the second time, if you like want to scratch that itch, I'll take you for a little tour. We've got a Square and a Walmart and now a Chick-fil-A. But
wow, okay.
I know, but it's
prices of meth have gone up. It's really a lucrative business.
We are big spending in Granbury.
My pleasure.
In Granbury, Texas. But yeah, so started there. We did the college thing, all that fun stuff. Ended up on Big Brother at the age of 22.
Tell me how that happened. I know how reality shows happen, and that one is so iconic. But was the casting director just reaching out, or did you watch the show and you submitted?
I had never seen an episode. Did not know anything. Big Brother also has weird terminology, like head of household, veto competition. It's like a freaking like another language.
Yeah.
Didn't know any of that. I was working my first 9 to 5, my big girl job. I graduated. My dad was like, look, I'm putting you through school. I'm so thankful for him. I'm not using my degree, but I'm still so thankful for him. But he was like, the kicker is you have to get a job. The second you graduate, you got to start working. I was like, okay, yes.
Most people's kickers.
Yes, sir. Can't take a victory lap for me. So I just like took a random job in PR. I was like, I want to stay in Austin. I was in a pencil skirt. I answered phones and looked at a computer all day long. And instead of working, like kind of like you at 22, they had a walking treadmill, so I'd take my laptop and pretend like I was working.
They had that at your job, a walking treadmill.
Back in the day.
Okay.
Giant noise in Austin, Texas. I am no longer welcome there. But I would just like fuck around on my little walking desk. I would like Slack my friends back when I knew what Slack was. I was like, okay.
Wow.
And then 2 weeks later, I quit. Gave them no reason, because like on reality TV with Big Brother, you can't really say where you're going. I mean, I guess you can, but they say like, oh, if you tell anyone, you're going to get cut. It's like so secret. Right. And I was like,
at 22, you really believe them. You're like, oh, I don't know.
I was like, I can't, it's top secret. So I walked into my boss and I said, I got to put in my 2 weeks notice. And they're like, you've been here for literally 2 weeks. We just finished training you. And I was like,
sorry,
I can't.
How long does Big Brother last?
So I was on like a fall season. I was there 75 days. A normal season's like 100 days.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you a million more questions.
Yeah. Oh, finish. Oh, yeah.
Sorry. We just did her podcast and we're great together because we just go, meet you. And I'm like,
I got it.
Tangents.
So I walked in and I was like, okay. And they're like, why are you quitting? And I was like, I can't tell you. I literally was like, it's a top secret. And they're like, so are you going somewhere? Are you moving? And I was just like, I have to go somewhere tomorrow.
Not
and they're like,
liberty to say.
What? So my professor ended up hooking me up with that. Like, she wrote my letter of recommendation, my college professor. I got the nastiest Facebook message from this woman. I actually need to find it. So I ended up quitting, and I guess my boss told her, and they're like, yeah, this girl you spoke so highly of quit for no reason after training her for 2 weeks, and she's disappearing. I got the nastiest Facebook message from her.
Oh my God, rude.
But also I'm like, look, it worked out for me. At least I didn't go on the show and was first boot. Like, at least I won.
Right, true. Okay, I would say you were the winner of Big Brother.
I was.
That's fucking crazy, right? Like, that's like, I got chills. Huh? Weird. I love reality TV. That's so cool and so crazy because Big Brother, and then you went on the challenge, right?
I did.
Which is another iconic. So I was talking to producer Courtney about this before. I'm like, so we both come from reality TV backgrounds, but like, let's be completely honest. Like, Kristen Cavallari is reality TV like legend, right? Laguna Beach, The Hills, that is reality TV gold. It'll live on forever in a box of the Hall of Fame for reality TV, right? Big Brother, The Challenge, Survivor, that's the same like level, right? Like the fandom that there is. I want to know what you like. What did you know what you're getting yourself into? Like, it's been around for so long. I think we were just talking about this on your podcast. We think that it might be, I know it's been on longer than Survivor. I think Big Brother was the first like competition reality show like that.
I should know this stat. I feel like it was.
It's crazy. So the fandom behind that, and like the people that follow it and get so engaged in the game of it all, because that's another thing. Our reality TV was just like following us around as we were just like dicking around, you know. Yours is like a competition. Like, it's really crazy, and like you have to have strategy and you have to have all this stuff. So walk me through, like, were you prepared for that? Did you have to watch a shit ton of Big Brother? Were you like, I feel like now knowing you, you're like, yeah, I thought I was going to win. But like, were you just like, this is so much harder than I thought, or what's the deal?
So I actually did not think I was going to win. I did not even, not saying I didn't, I obviously wanted to win. Sure. But you know what I wanted to do more? I wanted to quit my job. I wanted to quit my 9-to-5 job. I was like, I don't care what I need to do. I've got to get out. And I always knew, and I'm sure you feel like this too, I just was not meant for corporate life. I couldn't do it. I don't know what I was going to do. I was going to take whatever avenue I could, whatever door to get the hell out.
I tried corporate life too. I mean, I get it. There's a small part of me that's still like the structure of it all sounds really nice sometimes. I'm like, you know what, fuck this. I could really love just sitting there and doing something that I liked, because a lot of people that work corporate jobs love their jobs. And I think sometimes I could do that. And then I'm like, no, I'm not professional enough.
Yeah.
Every day I'm like, Courtney, what does EOD mean? She's like, end of day. I'm like, got it.
Anyway,
got it.
Yep. I had to figure out what ROI, return of investment. I'm like, you know what I wish I would have done in college? Taken maybe a business course, a marketing course. You know what? I took every elective known to man.
Yeah.
And I was like, broadcast journalism. I was like, I'm going to be Aaron Andrews and
you
whatever.
Could be. You still could be.
It's never too late. I think that ship has sailed, but I did end up on Big Brother. Did not think I was going to win. My strategy was literally just to show up there. And I was like, well, it's like summer camp. It actually ended up being a good strategy. If you're listening and you want to go on Big Brother, look, I think it worked well for me. I was just like, I'm going to be a likable human. It's not that hard to be likable.
Yeah.
It kind of is on TV when you're put in a situation with people you really don't get along with. But
you guys, yes, it just swapped over to me being in a robe, but I have to tell you something. I quite literally just got ready and tell me my hair does not look fabulous. I get asked all the time how I have these effortless curls, and it is none other than the Infinity Pro by Conair. You guys, this tool will change your life. First of all, it's got so many settings. It has 3 curl directions. It's got 5 temperatures, and it's magic. Literally, the hair goes in, the curl comes out. Just like that. I really do feel like it's magic sometimes, and it really gives me this effortless, bouncy look, because sometimes I don't want my curls to be super tight, which is nice that it has all these different settings on here. And it's got this tangle-free technology, because when you put it in there, it does not come out tangled at all. It literally just curls your hair, which I love. I find it to be really nice if I'm in a hurry, because it definitely cuts down on the time it takes me to get ready. And it's, like I said, so effortless, so convenient. You guys need this tool in your life. Guys, it's just the perfect curl every time. I could not live without this tool. I use it all the time, and you guys are always asking me. So I'm here to tell you the secret is Infinity Pro by Conair. It is the most amazing auto curler. Like I said, you just need this in your life, and it's available at all major retailers. So go get yourself one. I am a big fan. I need to do a giveaway with one of these, because you guys will be just as obsessed as I am. Bye.
Did you vote? Do you vote people off? Sorry, I'm not a watcher of Big Brother. So so the teammates vote each other off?
Yes. So like you're locked in a house with people.
I do know that concept. Yeah. The Big Brother concept, as in everyone's always watching you.
Literally, you're watched, you're locked in a house, and then every single week there's competitions. You vote one person out. So it's constant number, strategy, alliance.
Yeah.
Like, it was the most mentally taxing experience.
I want to watch your season. Oh, I would love to. This seems fun.
It was interesting. I was also like a wee little baby. This is before extensions and Botox, before a boob job, before microblading. I was crusty.
Listen,
but like,
I barely have any stock parts left of me. So I get it.
Yeah. Oh, people are like, oh my God, I watched your season. I'm like,
perfect.
Yeah, I love that.
I
love. Please don't send me pictures.
You were 22. Everyone grows up after they're 22. Was there a prize package at the end for the winner?
I won $250,000. I know.
Wow, that's crazy. That's fucking cool.
So like, it did pay off. Like, the nasty Facebook message, I never responded, but I hope at one point she turned on her TV and was like, damn, okay,
she won $250,000.
Like, that's way more than my salary starting as an assistant in PR.
$250,000. That'll do it.
Yeah,
that'll do it. Wow. Okay, so you did that, and then is the challenge, do you have to have been on Big Brother, or could you have been on any reality show in that world, or how does
so that like got a little complicated. So I did Big Brother, won, fun, moved to LA. Like, I was like,
everyone, you know what? I'm shocked I didn't. You go on reality TV, and then someone tells you, a little birdie's like, you know what you should do? Move to LA. And you're like, I have no plans. They're like, the plans will find you. Like, I am. Now, if you've been on a reality TV show, you move to Nashville. I feel like every girl that was ever on The Bachelor comes to Nashville too. But like, there's those little cities, and I'm not knocking it, because listen, I live in Nashville, and I almost moved to LA. I'm shocked I didn't, but that is so the thing to do. So how long did you live in LA?
I was in LA for 6 years. Okay, did the thing. I actually was not planning to do more reality TV. I was like, cool, check that off the bucket list. I got my check. I was actually pretty smart. Like, I saved most of the money. I was really determined to use that college degree. I was sold. So I moved to LA, and I was like, I'm going to be an entertainment reporter. I'm going to be on the red carpet. And then I realized there's a zillion blondes who look just like me. all wanting to be on the red carpet interviewing celebrities.
It's really hard. I was talking to someone else recently about it, how like also in that world, there's really no fast pass. They make you climb the ladder. Like they're really in the world of broadcasting, and especially those positions, they want you to pay your dues. Like,
oh yeah.
And I get it. It's a good way to be, like, people have to have seniority, etc. But like, you really just can't be the new cute girl on the scene. Like, you have to like start at the bottom barrel jobs that no one wants to do and then work your way up. So it would have been, you would have been had to be, if you're doing it, you're in it for the long haul.
You are in it for the long haul, and it just doesn't pay well. Like,
true.
Look, journalists, I give them awards, a medal of honor. You know, like they are like putting their line.
They do
their body on the line. Whatever that's saying. I'm not up to speed with like
I say the wrong shit all the time.
Terminology, but like they're doing jobs, they're carrying shit, they're making no money. So I was working, trying to do that. I was literally unpaid for a year.
Yeah.
Just did not make a salary. It was all volunteer based.
Yeah.
Trying to build a reel, all this. So I was like, okay, I got to pivot. I got to pivot hard.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? MTV called me. I was like, lovely. It was not for the challenge. So I got called to do a dating show called X on the Beach, which is a train wreck.
Oh, wait. I didn't see. You know what? That doesn't pop up when you Google you.
Hell yeah. Because you know what I did? I hired a publicist after that show, and they did some damage control with that one. So that actually makes me happy because I had to spend a lot on that publicist.
I did not see that. I felt so worried. I was like, oh no, I've gotten this wrong. Okay.
No, you were correct. But that was the stepping stone that led me to do the challenge. So
got it.
Back in the day, now MTV pulls from Big Brother and Survivor. Back then they only pulled from MTV
shows.
And I was like, I want to do the challenge. I'm a fit girl. Like, I think I can do really well. I knew I had to do some other shows. So when X on the Beach called, I was like,
oh, so your end goal was the challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow. She's really got a head on her shoulders. Yeah. She's like got a line. She's got a plan. A woman with a plan.
I was thinking about that. I did not, think through what X on the Beach.
What is X on the Beach? Your exes show up on the beach?
Yeah.
So they find your ex, and your ex also has to agree to be on reality TV?
Yeah.
Who was your ex?
So I had 3 of them, which did
they find you first and then reach out to your exes?
So I actually got contacted. I went on a few dates.
Their ex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I know. A plot thickens. So I got contacted. I went on a few dates with the guy from Survivor. They called me as one of his exes. They're like, hey, we're interviewing him. Like, do you want to talk? And then me being like such a good personality, like this face for TV, they're like, actually, we're going to put him as your ex and we're going to put you on
on the beach.
On the beach.
And he shows up as your ex.
Yes.
Haha.
I was like, haha. I also just had a long list of guys that I had also like dated, and they want as many exes as possible. So just
Did they have more than one ex show up on the beach for you?
Yeah.
No way.
3 of them.
3? How many people are originally on the beach? I've got to watch this show too.
So we had 4 girls and 4 guys.
And then they have multiple of their exes show up. Mm-hmm. And then they just stay on the everyone
and
just
you
stays on the beach.
live in a little happy harmony
X-land. And then your exes start dating other girls that are on the beach. No way.
Yes. And that's like the premise is, are you actually over them? Can you watch them hook up with another girl? Do you want to rekindle?
Let me tell you something. Whoever thought of this show.
Psycho.
They're on to something though, because I'm like, wow, interesting. I would watch that.
It was the most embarrassing. On? I think they've stopped it.
Okay.
I will say all my friends watched it. My family watched it. They're all like, we're so embarrassed for you, but we won't lie. It's so wildly entertaining. It is a train wreck. You cannot stop watching.
Were you the train wreck?
Yes. But okay, I wasn't like a bad, I was emotional.
Who would it be? Oh my God. Who wouldn't be?
The token girl who cried. And I'm sure you get this. When I'm talking to a producer at 22, I was not realizing that they were out to get me.
You're very malleable. Oh, I remember telling someone, no, this one like really loves me, is really looking out for me. And my friend Mary Carl was like, no, they don't. And I was like, no, I know that all of them don't, but like this one does. This one does. This one and I are like legit friends. And she's like, no, you're not. You're not. Cue me getting fired and never know anything about it. And then, they're not your friends.
No, not at all. And I said the same thing. I was like, I'm such a nice girl and I'm from Texas and I'm America's sweetheart. That's going to be my edit. I was convinced. And then I watched it and I was like, oh, no.
Wait, all right, you guys, I am so excited that I get to work with this brand because I have been a lover of their products for so long. And you guys know me. I am the consumer. Okay, I'm going to try it. And LMNT is legit the queen of electrolyte replenishment. It's spelled like LMNT. I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about. You've got to see it before because everyone is using it. I got turned on to them by none other than my crunchy bestie Taylor because she was obsessed with them during her pregnancy. But then James became their biggest fan. So it was literally just all over the house all the time. And I was like, okay, I've got to try this stuff. Okay. But the biggest thing that sets them apart from the other electrolyte drink mixes is that there is absolutely no sugar, zero. All right. So just salt to replace all of that lost sodium. There's no artificial ingredients, no coloring, no fillers, no gluten. Honestly, just no BS, which I love. Okay. The reason it's so important to have electrolytes in our system, because I'm not a scientist, I don't really understand all this, but they facilitate so many different functions in our body. They've got the conductive of nerve impulses, hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, and fluid balance. And also, it's just good to drink water. Okay. James calls me a camel. I don't drink enough water. So when I do, I need it to be good, special water with lots of electrolyte replenishment in it. Okay. And I'm no scientist, but all those things do sound above my pay grade. And let me tell you, I know they're important. Now, I personally love chugging some element mix in my water before and after I drink wine. I just had some wine, and it has always helped me to not have a headache the next day. And it also helps with sleeplessness, and I really like that. Now, James is obsessed with element after his workout because when you sweat, you're losing a lot of electrolytes. And we got to get those back, okay? And we don't want to feel fatigued afterwards. It helps a lot with sleeplessness, like I said. In general, everyone in the world is just using element right now, so you might as well jump on the train. We got pro athletes using it, Olympic athletes, even Navy SEALs drink it. So you know it's the good stuff. And right now, Element is offering my listeners a free sample pack with any purchase. That's 8 single serving packets for free with any Element order. This is a great way to try all 8 flavors or share Element with a salty friend. Get yours at drinkelement.com/probably. Now, this deal is only available through my link, by the way, so you have to go to drinklmnt.com/probably. Also, Element offers no questions asked refund, so try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, just share it with a salty friend, and then they will give you your money back and no questions asked. You literally have nothing to lose, so go to drinkelement.com/probably. That's what we talked about on your podcast. You were talking about me being the villain on my show, and I was like, everyone asked if I was upset, and I'm like, no, because I knew I was doing that. It would be way worse. Oh, you should have spoke up. You didn't want to bring up X
you know
on
what
the
I
beach.
did? I think I blocked it from my memory.
You're like paid so much in PR. Don't want to bring it up. Don't want to bring it up.
Shit. But I didn't. It's not like I was not liked. I just, because I had so many exes, I was like a heartbreaker. And then the guy I ended up with, then there's like this big scandal. Anyways, all you need to know, Shannon, is I at one point was hooked up to a lie detector test. Like it was like off Jerry Springer.
No.
I literally can't make this up.
Me? Love Jerry Springer.
Oh, I literally, like, I'm sure there's a clip. Thankfully, it was been like washed off the Google thanks to my PR team, where I literally am like on stage and not a professional. They're not giving me the lie detector test. Not even Jerry Springer. It's my ex who's literally sitting across from me like, I'm like, this is not real. You're not a proctored professor. You can't ask me these questions, but
Wait,
I was hooked up.
But you were hooked up to it, so you were like, I'm going to tell the truth?
Well, no, I did lie about something.
Okay. I was like, what? Then, so you knew. Okay. That is so funny. Wow. Okay. So then that led you to the challenge.
That led me to the challenge.
And what's the prize package for the challenge?
The challenge, it's different every year. I think when I was there, it was like 500,000 per girl and then 500,000 for a guy. It could be wrong. Sometimes you win $1 million.
But they never are going to throw a girl into the mud pit with a guy to wrestle.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that would be.
That's not fair. Okay.
Yeah. No, because like some of the challenge, like you're in like the little hallway and people are, the fact that this show is still on air, I don't get it. But you're running full force at each other, like head to head, just slamming into each other. It's called like hall brawl. And it's like, yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to lock 2 people in a hallway.
Did you do hall brawl?
Thank God I would have died.
Ow.
I would have died.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you weren't going to do this. We were talking on her podcast about how she would never want to do Survivor, but you did the challenge.
I was only there 2 weeks.
Was it gross stuff? Like Fear Factor stuff?
They do towards the end in the final, you have to eat stuff like, and now it's gotten weird. So it used to be like testicles of animals and eyeballs. And like now they don't do that because some people are vegan on the show. So like if
sorry, I'm not making fun of any vegans. That is just fucking hilarious. They're like, we have had to stop doing that because she's dairy and soy free. So unfortunately, bull's testicles do not fall into her diet.
So we can't do that. But now it's I'd almost rather eat a testicle than they'll put like a plate of pasta in front of someone. It's like, okay, I love pasta. No, I don't want to eat a bowl that size. Oh, and they'll be projectile vomiting.
That's not even fun to watch. They're just eating pasta till they puke.
And they put cameras like in the bucket, like a puke cam. Anyways, it's weird.
That is so bizarre.
It is strange.
And not at all entertaining. It sounds weird. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
Weird. Like when I would watch Fear Factor growing up, I'd be like, oh, like you hear the crunches, you hear the sounds, like pasta?
pasta,
So fucking weird.
some milk. I'm like,
That
okay,
is so
cool.
fucking weird. Okay, so you do the challenge, and you said you only lasted 2 weeks. I would last not even one.
Only lasted 2 weeks. I would like to say it was not my fault. So the guy I ended up dating long term was my partner on the show. Was not well liked. You know what I didn't do before I went on the challenge was my homework. So I showed up after 5 weeks of filming X on the Beach. Was mentally just like.
They immediately put you onto the challenge?
I had 48 hours in between filming those 2 shows.
Is that how it works?
No, not for everyone.
Oh my gosh, they were like bang, 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 bang.
So normally you get like
MTV just ran a train on your ass.
They
were
like,
fucking
let's see this girl break.
crazy.
I was like, she broke.
Spoiler alert, she broke.
So yeah, I got the call on X on the Beach. They're like, hey, like we want to have you on the challenge. And I was like, my plan worked. I manifested this.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I was the only one for my show. And they're like, all right, well, here's the kicker. Can you do it? You're going to have 2 days in between. You got to pack, get all your crazy shots, and you're flying to Africa. And me at 22, I was like, yeah, sure. I got it. I can do it. And then it's like narrator, she can't do it.
She can't do it. Okay, so were you just like exhausted, tired? And then
oh my God.
Did you meet the guy on the show?
Yeah, he was my partner.
Okay.
So he was my partner, and then that is why we got eliminated. He's like won more than anyone else, and I did not realize he had so many enemies. So it was like when I was partnered with him, they're like, well, your package deal, we're going to vote both of you out. I was like,
really?
Okay, cool.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
You say partner as in he was your game show partner, but then you guys ended up dating
Yes,
after
and then
the
we're
show.
like real life partners.
After the show,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Okay.
In like the real world.
Dang, so you got voted off basically just because like you guys were partners. That
I
sucks.
know.
Did you get to pick your partner?
I did, and that was my fault because
'cause
I did pick him.
Because you would have been like, oh no, he's won so many times, I shouldn't pick him.
Right? Okay, as someone who also does not watch the show, wouldn't you hear that and be like, I'm going to pick this person as my partner?
Yeah. I would be like, he's crushed it.
And then everyone watching was like, you're a freaking moron. This is the last person you should pick. I was like, oh, man, I really thought I was going to win, okay?
Oh, damn. Can you go back on the challenge? Would you?
They do call me.
They call. Would
They
you
do
go?
call. I say no, but now I've kind of switched it to never say never.
Yeah.
The reason I say no is one, it was so bad for my mental health. So bad.
Yeah.
Was just not, and also
Mental health because your partner, like your partner in real life, or like the guy you dated was bad to you, or was the show aftermath after the show bad?
Both of them.
Got it.
So it was hard for me to deal with. The fans are so intense and so crazy.
Yeah, the
and some are
messages I
very some are very lovely, but also, and then dating him, it ended so poorly.
So you know that if you went back on the show, they would put him on there with it, and you know that wouldn't be good.
Yeah. And I know that the storyline would be me as his ex, or it would be like me against him. Or
Right.
if he wasn't there, guess what? The guy from X on the Beach, the one I ended up, he's now on the show.
MTV's wild as hell.
I was like, I'm not doing that to myself.
Yeah.
Also, you make $1,500 a week.
Yeah,
starting off.
I know. Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
crazy.
I'm not. And everyone's like, come on, it'd be fun to compete and you could potentially win $1 million. I'm like, I'm probably not going to win the $1 million. Let's just put it out there. I might. I could. But also then it's like the brand deals I do and I have a business.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, guys, I'm going
You've
to lose
kinda-
money.
yeah,
Like, I
you-
like my life.
You like your life. I mean, yeah, do it if it ever makes sense to you, I guess do it. It's cool to know that you like may or may not. It's nice to
Yeah.
keep the fans wondering.
If I ever disappear and you don't hear from me, that's probably what I'm doing, but it probably won't happen.
But that is crazy. Okay, so yeah, you know MTV and you know that they would put him on there. Well, he's busy right now. He's getting staged paparazzi photos with other celebrities. So
Okay,
sorry.
That's
so obviously
my
staged.
friend sent me that. When we were dating, and I can say this because of the shit that he did to me. He has a contact at TMZ.
Obviously,
he would
they're
talk
walking in
about
slow-mo.
it to me. No, he did this with another girl on the challenge. So when people sent me that, I was like, damn, I wish I remembered the TMZ guy's name. I would blast it, but I don't.
Oh, damn it. Have you been asked about that a lot?
People have sent it to me.
Yeah,
They're like, what do you think about this? And I'm just like, it's fake, but like,
it
good
is
for them.
fake, question mark smiley face.
Like, what? Two
yeah.
people on reality TV staging photos? That's not a real relationship?
That
Shocking.
Sounds crazy. Yeah, I saw that and was like, that is the fakest shit I've ever seen. All right, guys, as we all know, the holidays can be a lot. And I know we all love our families, but sometimes it's not even about them. Sometimes it's just a me personal thing. And I stress myself out and I overplan and I over try to host. And here's the thing. I am sometimes left drained, but not this year, because this year I'm enjoying the holidays. Even though I'm hosting our entire families, I have given myself the gift of therapy from Talkspace. Now, Talkspace offers both therapy and psychiatry from the comfort of my phone, which is amazing because I literally always have my phone in my hand. I can reach out to my provider anytime. It's like having a little mental health professional in my pocket, which I love. Whether I'm at my in-laws, the office, or traveling, taking care of my own mental health has never been easier or more convenient. Now, money is often tight this time of year. I think we all know that. We're doing a lot lot with our expenses, but luckily Talkspace is in network with most insurance plans, so you'll only have to pay a small copay. With Talkspace, you can sign up online and get a personalized match with the provider who is right for you, typically within 48 hours, which I love that because you don't have to wait too long. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but here in Nashville, the waiting list to even just get on the line with the therapist can be really, really, really long. So knowing that you can typically talk to someone within 48 hours is really helpful. It's incredibly convenient to have virtual sessions with your licensed therapist from the comfort of your own home, because sometimes you just feel a little stuffy in another office. Not always, but knowing that you could do it from the comfort and safe space of your own home really, really helps you out. And then there's no need to commute to appointments. You know what I mean? You don't have to miss time at work or line up childcare in order to attend sessions. It's just mental health care made easy. And I feel like we've really got to take care of ourselves this holiday season, but also just in general. And when something is as easy as this is and as easy as Talkspace makes it, then you can really make yourself a priority, as we all should. Now, Talkspace can also help with any specific challenges that you might be facing. It is the #1 online therapy platform with licensed therapists in over 150 specialties, including anxiety, depression, substance abuse, relationship issues, and so much more. Talkspace is secure and private, using the latest end-to-end bank-grade encryption technology to store client information, which is so important to keep things private, and complying with the latest HIPAA regulations. All right, like I said, I know money can be tight, especially this time of year, but Talkspace therapy is affordable and it's in network with most major insurance plans, so you're only just pay a copay. As a listener of this podcast, by the way, you'll get $80 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/probably to match with a licensed therapist today. Just go to Talkspace.com/probably to get $80 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's Talkspace.com/probably. Well, anyways, him aside, I know that you call him Voldemort on your podcast.
Yep.
Voldy.
Good old Voldy.
Bless him. All right. So I want to talk about a much happier time in your life, which is right now. And I know you were very much like me. Well, first of all, a lot like me, but in the sense that you whenever I was talking to you before the podcast and I was like, do you want to talk about it? You were like, oh my God, yeah, we could talk about it, but we're not like dating. And, and I was like, oh, okay. And that's how I was when James and I first met. I was like, I want to talk about this because I talk about everything in my podcast. And I told you to, because you went through this time and this like moment where you're like, maybe I don't want to talk about this. So she met a boy, and I'm going to make her tell the whole story because it's so cute. But basically she was like, for a second I thought, do I not want to like talk about this? Do I not want to tell anyone? Do I not want to mention this at all? And I was like, I went through that with James. And then I just thought, this is crazy. If I'm going to get heartbroken at the end of it, then I'll just talk about that too. Yeah. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, people are here for the ride. The ride is a roller coaster. So whatever. Anyways, I want you to tell the story because whenever I was listening to your podcast, I love your podcast, by the way. I was listening to your podcast and I was watching your Instagram, and I was like, and I told this to Morgan earlier, I was like, is this fucking play about us? I was like, wait. So please tell us.
It's uncanny.
Tell us how I know you guys are not like officially dating or whatever, but like, tell me how you met this boy that's in your life right now.
But also I will tell the story, and I'm just saying, if I'm following in your footsteps, which I am hoping, I'm like, oh, dear God, like, please, I would like a happy ending finally. I have not had that yet. But look, there's a lot of similarities, and I'm just saying, you have a ring on your finger. So I'm like, you know what I should focus on?
It could happen.
First, maybe dating the human. So like,
listen, when you're long distance, things happen fast.
We got to work on that one. You know what Shannon, you know what I hate is WhatsApp.
Yeah, I can't talk about it. I've talked about it too much, how much I fucking hate it. I hate it. I literally, it is the Android of messaging apps.
It is. I also spiral. The fact that you can go on and see
online
when they're online, and I'm like,
James hates that. James like, wait, on iMessage, you can't see when someone's online. I'm like, no, that is a total invasion of privacy. And he's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
I don't need to see when you're online and you're not answering my text, because I'm like, why am I not your top priority?
When I tell you, because I still use WhatsApp to talk to his family. Yeah. Every once in a while I'll be like, Marcia, I see you're online. Okay.
Why aren't
message me back?
Opening. Yeah, I have a bone to pick with WhatsApp. But anywho, okay, so I went to Barcelona on a cruise with my sister. Fun.
Barcelona.
Yeah. So yeah, I just realized that. Yeah.
So we started. But you started in Barcelona.
We started in Barcelona. I was supposed to go on said cruise with another guy, a Nashville guy. We've learned we don't date in Nashville anymore. I learned very, very quickly. But at the time I was like so pumped. And I, kind of like you with your story, I wasn't going to go on this cruise at all at first.
Right.
I was like, I'm busy. I was going to Croatia literally 2 weeks later.
Yours sounds like a fun reason. Mine was because I thought a boy might invite me to California. I thought he might invite me to California. Okay.
But hey, you know what? Delulu is the Salulu. But yeah, so I was like, I'm so busy, I can't go. And then I was talking to this guy from Nashville, and I was like, hey, like, my manager brought this cruise to me. Like, I don't know, I'm probably not going to do it. And he's like, we should go. duh, he's going to say we should go. It was free for him. Okay.
Yeah.
I should have realized.
Classic Nashville.
I should have realized that. So I was like, oh, I mean, like, that seems like I was like mastermind. I was like, that seems like a great way to speed this process up.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, you're cute. I like you. I was like, yeah, let's go. So we had planned this cruise. We were going to go. He had never been to Barcelona. I had booked all this stuff. Like,
have you been to Barcelona at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been multiple times. I was like, cool. Like, I'll set this all up for you. Like, we'll go to the Gaudi, whatever.
You're getting your
Sagrada.
passport numbers from him.
Yes.
We're doing everything.
Oh, the brand has booked non-refundable tickets.
Asshole.
So
Okay,
yeah,
anyways.
so he bailed on the cruise 7 days before. I was just like, what? Anyways, long story short, he bailed. My sister saved the day. She was like, I got nothing to do. I'm flight attendant. I'll come on the cruise with you. I was like, okay. But I'm not going to lie. I was so bummed.
Yeah.
Mainly because it was just like, man, I was excited to finally be interested in someone. Since my ex, very few people have caught my attention. And this
Yeah.
person did, unfortunately. So I was bummed. But I was like, you know what? Let's go on a cruise. It's free. I'll go. My sister's like the worst influence, but so fun. So she just wanted to be a total degenerate. Which we were.
Yeah.
But the cruise is full of just couples.
Love it.
So like I'm over here with my sister, both of us single, and it's just a bunch of old couples. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be here with a guy.
But
like,
also, like, that is giving cruise. Like, cruises are for old couples.
old
Yeah.
couples. Which like, I'm like, okay, cool. But I had made all these like romantic dinner reservations, and now I'm sitting across from my sister, and she's like, how are you feeling? I'm like, honestly, not really good. Like I'm
not great, bitch.
I'm a little sad. So our last night on the cruise, we were going to Ibiza, and that was like, we had talked about it the whole cruise. We're like, we're going balls to the wall, staying out all night. She was like, all right, well, we got a problem. It's just us two. She's like,
True.
We got to make some friends.
That is not a problem in Ibiza. If you're just two girls, it's like being two girls in Vegas, baby.
Literally.
You want to be two girls in Ibiza. When me and Marissa went into Ibiza, it was like balls to the wall.
See, and you know what? Actually, my story ended up working out, but we're like, for some odd reason, we're like, we got to meet some guys, at least to go into the club. So we got like friends.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just meant like you're smooth sailing. Just meet some boys.
Yeah.
Just find
so,
boys.
but she was like, okay, well, okay, so we actually started on Tinder because we wanted to get in for free. It's also expensive. Like, those clubs are
It is expensive.
so expensive.
And everyone does have a hookup.
Everyone
we did
has
find
a
a bunch of
hookup.
people with free clubs.
I'm also like, I don't want to spend $25 on a drink. Anyways, she was like, we got to go on Tinder. I was like, dude, I'm like kind of depressed. I don't want to. I was like, that's you. She failed miserably at her task. She like could not find anyone normal. I'm like, it's the night of Ibiza. And I'm like, have you found anyone? She's like, no. I'm like, oh my God, Alex. Okay, little sister to the rescue. I'm like downloading Tinder. I'm just like swipe. I did not even see, we call him also, he has a long alias, but we'll call him Aussie Man. I didn't even pay attention to his profile, what he looked like. I think I just saw shirtless abs, and I was like,
Perfect.
okay.
I mean, Tinder.
That's Tinder in Europe for you. They're all so attractive. So I ended up messaging him. We like bantered back and forth. And I was like, you're going to High Ibiza. Like, see you there.
Yeah.
Cute. And he was like, yeah, meet us for drinks. So I was like, okay. So I look at my sister and I was like, we're going to meet this random guy. If he sucks, let's get a free drink. We'll go
Totally.
in. Him and I instantly click. We both realized we're in the fitness world. We're both in social media.
Yeah.
It was just uncanny. Also, he looks, this is how I knew. I was like, this is a weird universe God thing. He looks just like the guy who bailed in Nashville.
Oh,
Like-
so you were like, wow, I was really attracted to him.
Like, it was bizarre to the point where I was posting on my close friends because I was just a maniac in Ibiza. And all my friends were like, is that so-and-so? I thought he bailed.
Oh my God.
And I was like, no, that's a new guy, but he's got an accent. It's even better.
It's way better. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah. So then, yeah, we hit it off. We stayed out all night. We watched the sunrise. My drunk ass. I was just on planet freaking La La Land Ibiza. But I just wasn't. I was swapping between my close friends and my real friends. And like,
It's a dirty game that I played when I was in Barcelona and Ibiza too.
But I posted on my actual friends. I don't even know if I meant to do this. I don't know. I was just out of my mind. But I posted a picture making out with him on a beach.
Dead.
And all there was nothing. There was, I think I put a song and it was just like 7:22 a.m.
Dead.
And everyone was just like, what is wrong with you?
What is going on? No, everyone I'm sure was like, who is this man?
Who is this man? And I was like, okay, I owe some explanations on this one. I kept the story up though, which was very ambitious. Dropped my sister's drunk ass on the cruise ship, went back into town, like got breakfast with this man.
Love.
It was cute. And then
Inseparable.
we just like hit it off. And then I really was like, I'm never going to see this man again. This is so unfortunate. He was continuing to travel. I had to go back on my cruise ship.
Yeah.
We like said goodbye, and like he put me in a little Uber, and I took my little braids from the night before, and I got my ears pierced too at the shadiest.
I heard that in this story.
I got weird infections. They're still not the same. Anyway,
not great.
Took my little ear piercings and infections back on the cruise ship, and I said, see you never. And then lo and behold, I was in Europe traveling. He was still there on his holiday, whatever they say in their cute little accents. And he was like, hey, like, are you going to be in Prague at this time? And I was like,
you stayed after the cruise.
So the cruise, no, my dumbass. I'm an idiot. Everyone knows I'm an idiot for this one. I had to be in Croatia because I do like a travel retreat, and I was traveling after. I had like 3 days in between the cruise and Croatia. My ass flew back to Nashville for literally like 3 days because I wanted to get new clothes. I was like, I don't want to repeat the outfits that I have.
Babe, pack extra on the front end. Oh my God, you flew back to Nashville from... Oh
yeah.
Okay.
So I flew back, and then so there's
nice. You know what? No, it's nice to have a little reset.
I was on. Oh my God, my jet lag. Anyways, I went back to Croatia. I did my little group trip, and then I was traveling after. I was like in Greece, and I was gonna meet my friend in Paris. And lo and behold, I had one day that I did not book a hotel for. Like it was booked, or something happened, and I just didn't have any plans. So he was like, "Hey, like I'm in Prague. What are the chances like you want to fly and meet me here?" And I was like,
"How far was the flight?"
Like 3 hours. From
Yeah.
Easy.
It's like everything around there. I say Italy's like Florida for like British people. You could just hop on a 2-hour flight. Boom, you're there.
And they're like $100.
Yeah.
So I quickly called, and I was like, all right, cool. Like I'll see you in Prague. Flew to Prague. Had literally spent 24 drunken hours with this man.
Yeah, right.
I was like, I almost didn't go too. I literally called my friend. I was like, I don't think I can do this. Like this is weird.
Had y'all been texting?
Maybe 5 texts exchanged.
But, like not FaceTiming or anything, like just like just a couple texts here and there.
Just a couple texts here and there.
Okay.
Knew nothing about this man. So I was like, called my friend. I was like, I don't think I can. I think this is such a mistake. What if it's weird? My dumbass booked my own hotel, and he was like, you can stay with me. I was like, no.
I get it. You're like,
guess who lost all their points because they didn't stay in the hotel room?
I feel that.
Me.
I feel that so hard. I would have been like, come to the hotel room with me. Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, so we hit it off in Prague, and then flew home, and then I really was like, I'm never going to see this man again. And then lo and behold, he had to fly from Australia to Chicago. He was there for work, so I flew to Chicago, and then we've like kind of kept seeing each other. And now I according to plans, he, I guess, will come to my family Christmas.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you guys talk often, like every day, like FaceTime?
So here's the thing that's been so difficult. And I wanted to pick your brain because again, similarities. He's in fitness. James is in fitness.
I know.
Well, you got Barcelona.
We did not make that connection when we met. I was like, crazy. I'm also in fitness. I was like, crazy. I fucking hate the gym.
He's like, I'm in love with you. Hey, it works out.
Now I go to the gym, so he's making me a better person.
Look,
not that you have to go to the gym, but it's
my
nice.
parents met at the gym. Like, look, true love is met
with shifting 10, as James would say.
Yeah, there you go. Wait, where was I going on this tangent?
You were saying you want to ask me something.
Oh, I wanted to ask you.
All right, y'all know the story because I can't stop telling it. But I was at dinner one night, okay? I was at this cute little Italian spot, and this gorgeous girl stopped me and said, and I quote, you ready for this? She said, Shannon, your packing tips have saved my life. All right. First of all, my favorite thing that anyone's ever said to me ever. So clearly, I know what I'm talking about when I tell you that I am the queen of packing, okay? Save someone's life. I should win an award, all right? I just get it. And here's the thing. What does packing start with? Your luggage. It has simply got to be good. It's the blueprint to packing, essentially. And listen, I've tried them all so that you don't have to. And bar none, the best on the market is Base, all right? The way that this luggage will solve all your problems is insane. Now, I'm not much of an overpacker. I really like being meticulous about things, but if you're listening to this and you're like, Shannon, you and I are not the same, okay? I love to overpack. 15 pairs of underwear for a 2-day trip, okay? Can't decide between 3 pairs of shoes for an overnight stay. With Base, bring them all, baby. Don't worry about it. Because beginning with my personal favorite aspect of Base, it's the overweight indicator. Because ain't no one trying to have all their luggage spread out for the world to see at a Delta counter while you're trying to remove a pair of shoes, a curling iron, and 2 pill bottles, all while your thongs are flying around on the side at the Delta counter because your bag was 4.5 pounds overweight. And instead of paying the overweight fee, you were like, you know what? I can open this up in front of everyone and I can figure this out. Well, not anymore. The Base luggage has this little red dot on the side that will come up if your luggage is overweight, which is iconic, okay? It is my favorite feature. It also has this like stress ball squishy cushion situation on the underside of the handle for comfort. I call it the undercarriage. But while you pull that thing, it just feels so nice. It glides like a dream because there's nothing worse than a suitcase that doesn't roll right. I have 2 of their weekender bags. It's also my favorite thing because it literally slides right over your suitcase, sits right on top of it. All right. You don't even have to carry it. Don't lug around heavy stuff. It has so many interior pockets and it's just my favorite thing because it has this genius little underneath zipper compartment for shoes. It just saves so much space. Really, they've thought of everything, okay? And functionality aside, we've all seen the Base owner. All right, Shay Mitchell, she's about the most fabulous and fashionable gal there is. So you already know that Base luggage is chef's kiss on the aesthetic side of things. It looks so chic, so trendy. It is always the vibe when you're traveling. You know, I will just never use anything but Base. They also have so many colors. They've got neutrals, they've got bright colors, whatever you want. I could talk about them for hours. All right, but I will get to the discount because I know that's what you guys are waiting for. Right now, Base is offering our listeners 15% off your first purchase by visiting basetravel.com/probably. Just go to basetravel.com/probably for 15% off your first purchase. That's BEIS travel.com/probably.
Long distance is so difficult. And when I like someone, want to talk to them all the time.
Right.
Like, I'm like,
Me
I
too.
want to fast forward. I want to get to know you. Tell me your favorite movie. What'd you eat this morning?
Right.
Like, I need the details. It's a 17-hour time difference.
Right.
So, like, it's like even Europe is more doable. It's like a day and a half ahead. So, like, when I'm asleep, he's awake. And, like, when I'm asleep, he's work. Like, it's just
what's y'all's
hard.
sweet spot? When are the hours y'all can talk?
It's like 3 hours a day, and it really is like either if I stay up late, like midnight my time, or I think my 4 p.m. is like his morning, but that's like if he doesn't have clients or isn't working.
Right.
So I'm just like, it's just been hard. We'll FaceTime here and there. Our schedules are so crazy, but I mean, he's such a gem and he's so communicative, and like I'm so not used to a guy being like, how do
Pursuing
you
you,
how do you feel? Like, because I finally did communicate because I don't know if you're like me. When I hit a wall, I just tap out mentally. Like if I get to that point, I don't care how interested I'm in or how much you're pursuing me. I'll just literally be like, well, that was it. Cool. Had a fun run. And I felt myself getting frustrated with the distance. And I told him that. I was just like, look, like I like you so much. Like I want to talk to you. I'm just telling you, like, I don't want to get to that point. I'm so scared that's where I'm going. Yeah. And he was a gem. He's like, okay, well, like, tell me your schedule. Like, I will make my plans around you. Let's have weekly FaceTimes. Like, what works for you? Like, we'll get it in the books. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool. So, like, we'll talk here and there. Like, we'll text at least once a day. It's just very difficult.
It's difficult, yeah.
And I'm just, like, not the biggest FaceTime fan, but I don't know.
Well, I actually, the way that European men are just, I feel like more communicative, and then maybe there's like a European fan base that are like, no, they all fucking suck. But like, I have had the best experience with them. Yeah. And I think long distance in general, you really do just cut the bullshit. Like there's no time for playing games. There's really no time in your situation for playing games. There's quite literally no time to barely talk. So if you're playing games, you're going to figure out really quick and you're just going to be over it. But I mean, I think, the worst part, and I've talked about this all the time with my long distance relationship on the podcast, I say the distance never bothered me as much. And you and I are very fortunate that we have the means and the ability and the schedule to travel. The distance was never an issue. The time zone robbed us of our time. Like I felt so robbed and fucked over by the time zone that I hated it. But I have to say this, and this is not to discourage you at all. James and I would always say, anytime we'd get frustrated, anytime we'd be like, is this even worth it? We would never say, is this worth it? But like, we would be like, this is always worth it. But then I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm like, it's so crazy. Cause we would have like our time frame. That's why I was like, what's your sweet spot? Cause you know it, you know that like when I wake up in the morning, it's like 12 o'clock for him. And then I'm like, cause it was a 6 or 7 hour difference when he was in London, and I would have, but it would suck because it would be my favorite time of the day was like unwind time, like 5 p.m., 6 p.m., whatever. He's fast asleep, right? It's midnight there and he's going to sleep at 9:30 and waking up at 6. So like, I would never get to like wind down and tell him about my day. He'd always be winding down with his day whenever it was like peak rush hour for me. It's like the morning, I'm doing shit. I'm like, oh, I can't really talk. I'm doing a million things and I got to get up and I don't want to FaceTime you because I just woke up and I look terrible and da-da-da-da. And so in those beginning stages of the relationship where you really, you know, want to look your best on FaceTime and stuff. But one thing we would always say is it could be worse. You could live in Australia.
Wait, stop. You guys actually said that?
All the time.
No.
We would reference Australia so much. I'd be like,
because it's on the opposite side of the fucking universe.
He said to me one time, we're so lucky that we have the schedules and the time and the means to do this. Like, if you or I lived in Australia, it would never work. And I was like, yeah, that would never work.
So, no, my mom says
I don't mean
same thing. She's
discouraging.
like, anytime I bitch, and I'm like, this is so unfair. And she's like, well, Morgan, if we're being realistic, there's a 5% chance that this does work. So, like,
I hope it works. 17 hours is
gnarly.
I'm saying that to say you are so much better than me, because that is not, I get that our stories, is this fucking play about us? I get that our stories are, even the Barcelona thing is crazy. I get that that seems very, very similar, but you are a better woman than me, because that is difficult. That is, 17 hours is really hard.
It is hard. And also, like, I have to remember.
I'm friends enough with you that I could laugh. I was like, should I not say that? And Courtney's like, it's funny.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
no, it literally, I talk about it all the time. I'm just like, and I'll tell him, I'm like, this is so unfair that I've had such a hard time with dating. I've dated the worst of the worst. Like, my last breakup was awful. You know, the guys in Nashville weren't great. I finally found a gem that I connect with that we're so similar, who is so sweet and, like, pays attention to my triggers and my trauma and, like, lives 17 hours.
At plus 17. Listen, here's the thing, though. If it's meant to work out, I know you know this, and you're really big in manifesting, and you are like me in that sense where I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to let this go as it goes. And that's why you're not afraid to talk about it on podcasts and stuff, because let the chips fall where they may. And if it works out, and this is what I told myself with James, I'm like, if it works out, it'll be the most cosmic, amazing, most meant to be serendipitous thing in the entire fucking world, and it'll make our love story that much better, and it'll be so cool, and all the hard work will have been worth it. So like, you're not going to keep pushing for, you guys don't have a kid together, you know what I mean? You're not fighting for something that's not worth it anymore, right? So the second you decide, like, this doesn't work for me, it doesn't have to work for you anymore. But by God, if it does, won't that be cool?
Will be amazing.
Won't that be so cool? So like, hold on to that notion, and just like the way you're living it is, I think, great. And you don't need advice from anyone. You didn't ask for mine, but I just think, like, do exactly what you're doing now. And if it comes to fruition to be that you guys end up, you know, being boyfriend, girlfriend, and then who knows, have it ring on your finger one day, then like the story is even better. And you know, it was all worth it.
And like, I do have to believe in like the universe, like aligning with like the guy bailing, me beating him. And I always tell my friends, I'm like, look, if it doesn't work out, one, it's going to be because of the distance. And like, I can accept that. Like, it's just very difficult. Right. But I do think it happened for a reason, where he at least has shown me what I deserve and what I want. Absolutely.
And James did that for me. And I said that so many times. You learn so much from previous relationships, right? Like, I have 2 exes ago where I'm like, never again will I allow that, never again. And I haven't allowed it again, right? And then the ex before me, before James, he showed me how I should be myself. Like, he gave me something that I was like, I will always take that into my next relationship and realize that I can be my true, authentic self, and I shouldn't settle for anything less, because someone will love me for really, truly who I am. So I was able to take that positive nugget. And when I was dating James, I remember there was like, obviously it's fantastic that we're getting married, because there was like, and I said, oh my gosh, I have cracked the code. I don't even care if we don't end up together. I now realize there are men out there, maybe in other countries, but there are men out there who are willing to treat me, like you said, the way I deserve. And that, knowing that exists has just given me hope. Even if we don't end up together, if you and this guy didn't end up together, I've thought to myself, if this has done anything, it's shown me that there are really good guys out there that I could find that deserve me.
Absolutely. And
so I think that for you too. I know you guys know that I could talk about anything regarding fashion for probably way longer than I should, like an hour. Like, you guys are like, hello, I thought this was a podcast ad. Keep going, Shannon. Want to get back to the podcast. But here's the thing. This is the podcast, okay? Because there's nothing that I'd love to talk more about to you guys than shopping at Revolve. If it was an Olympic sport, I would literally be the gold medal winner, all right? No questions asked. I have loved Revolve for so many years, because they truly do just have all of the best options for whatever you're looking for. Also, you guys, even some podcast inside jokes came from Revolve. Shaking my ass on a yacht? Yeah, we're referencing Revolve, okay? And if you have to go to a fancy wedding, you're gonna go to Revolve. Maybe some daily loungewear. Yeah, Revolve. Date night? Revolve. Tropical getaway? Yeah, Revolve. Going on a safari and you need the perfect look to see a bunch of lions and tigers and bears? Still Revolve. And also, that's a true story. I really did go on a safari and I was like, where will I shop? And I found the perfect outfit on Revolve, all right? They have over 500 brands that are all amazing, but my favorite way to shop is to use their little filter system. because I just narrowed down my size with colors and a category of clothing. You guys know I don't wear red or pink. And then boom, it's so easy to navigate. And I am also obsessed with their 100 pieces like this section. It's like at the bottom of the product page. They always have the best suggestions. The prices range, so whatever you're looking for, you want to keep it under $50. You're willing to buy that luxury item that you've been drooling over. They got a sister site called Forward that's amazing. Either way, you will find it on Revolve. Trust me. They've got really inclusive sizing options, which is great. Check out my friend Remy Bader's collection with Revolve. It's amazing. And they also have the best customer service. I'm telling you right now, the best customer service, hands down. Fast, free shipping, free returns. You just can't beat it. And I also love that they curate edits together. Like they put a bunch of really, really beautiful pieces together and show you how to style them. Because sometimes you're like, oh my God, I love that top, but how would I wear that? And then they show you on Revolve. They show you how to style the fabulous pieces. So Revolve always delivers with fast and free 2-day shipping and returns. Very important around the holidays. You just visit revolve.com/probably to shop my favorites for all of your upcoming plans this season, because my favorites list is fuego. All right. So that's REVOLVE.com/probably, PROBABLY, and check out my favorites list.
Look, there's a silver lining to everything. I firmly believe it. Also, like, I just need to get to know this man more. So I'm like, okay, like, I got 2 weeks for Christmas. I got to plan like a American world tour. Like, I was like, please.
Don't stress yourself out about that. I did that when we first started dating. I was like, first we'll go to New York, then we'll go to Los Angeles, then we'll go to you don't have to do that. Like,
Okay.
just get to know him. Like, you can be a little stationary and like take time for yourself. Like, I tried to do that. I was like, he's going to be in America. Like, I tried to literally, the podcast listeners know, I hired someone on this like website to make an itinerary for him.
Wait, shut up.
No, I can't talk about it. It was so embarrassing. I'll have to show you the video. It was so embarrassing. But like, I really wanted the trip to be legendary for him. But like, at the end of the day, James wanted to spend time with me and get to know me.
Right.
So do that. Try not to stress yourself out too much about that, because I was like, I want to be a representation of America. And it's
right.
like, okay, it's okay.
I know. I thought about, I was like, fuck,
You're so fun. Like,
I hope that he doesn't like want to go to the Grand Canyon and like
LOL.
the White House. I'm like, please, dear God, not like the
Imagine.
staple. Like, no, it sounds like he
won't.
doesn't want to do that.
When I went to London, James was like, so do you want to see Big Ben? And I was like, no. And I'd never been to London before. I went there for the first time and did something similar like you did with Prague. I was like, I'm flying to London for 3 days, 3 days, 2 nights. That's it. And everyone's like, you're flying all the way there. I was like, you guys, I met him in a whirlwind romance in Barcelona on the street, and we had a one night stand, and I like hooked up with him. Okay, like we ended up hanging out for like more so less like 4 days for nonstop. But I was like, what if I go and he has like one flat navy blue pillowcase and sheets and no headboard, and he's gross and nasty, and I like realize I don't like him.
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
tap
staying for 3
out.
days and that's it. Anyway, so while we were there for 3 days, and he was like, do you want to see Windsor Castle? And I was like, no. I want to fuck. Let's go. No, I want to eat fish and chips and fuck.
Wait, did you, when that happened, you like saw him in London, and like, did you know? Like, were you like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with this guy?
No,
Really?
I was just so giddy. We were a little different in this story in the sense that like after Barcelona, we FaceTimed and texted like 24/7. My friends were like, this is a bit odd, like just relax. And I was like, no, I'm like infatuated with him. And like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm pretty sure he's fucking obsessed with me. They were like, okay. And then we had planned a trip 3 weeks later, like a month and a half later, I booked a flight to London. And then like after talking for 2 weeks, I was like, I can't wait. I just want to come next week and just make sure that we like each other. And he was like, okay. So I was really giddy to see him. I was like really excited. I would be curious to go back to my messages with Taylor, because I did send her a text being like, what the fuck, I'm about to see him at baggage claim. Like, this is so crazy. But I wasn't like, this is my husband. Now Taylor was like, this is going to be your husband. She was saying that, but I was like, who knows? Because I just didn't know. I hadn't been around him in his element yet. Everyone, why do you think they fall in love on The Bachelor? They put you in paradise and you're on holiday and you're having the best time ever. Of course, you're like, I'm in love. Like, I wanted to be with him in his element. I wanted to be with each other in our element. But yeah, I mean, I definitely was like, holy shit, I want to date this guy.
I love that. See, and that's the thing. Again, Prague, cool. Ibiza, cool. Chicago wasn't even like in either one of our elements. So it'll be very
How did you feel when you saw him in Chicago? Were you like, oh my gosh, so giddy and so happy?
Just so happy.
Oh, good.
So happy. And that's the thing. I feel safe for the first time. And I think that's
great
key.
word to use and great
Safe.
word to feel. Great word to feel.
Like, and I've realized, like, you know when something's off, like when your nervous system is not at ease, that's what I would feel in other relationships.
Yeah.
And I would associate it and just be like, it's my anxiety. Like, what?
Right.
I'm an anxious girly. And it's like, no. That was just like me
them.
that was them. And no, I feel so at ease, even though I was like staying with him and my friends were like, so how long have you guys actually known each other? And I was like, 48 hours.
No, fuck that. Who cares?
But it was just like, it was easy and it was so fun. And like, you know,
when
how
you left, were you like, ugh?
Both of us were like
teary-eyed?
Tears
Oh, I love it.
in our eyes.
I love it.
I literally looked at him. I was like, I'm not dying. Like, I'm hoping we'll see each other again. But like, we hadn't made plans at that point. Like, I just didn't know again. I was just like banking on
How long were y'all in Chicago for?
4 days.
Okay, so you got 3 nights. 4. You got see, that's a good time to spend with someone. Yeah.
Yeah, so like we got to know each other more, but again, like Christmas plans had not been made, and it's just again, Australia's it's far as hell.
Does he eventually want to live in America? Have y'all talked about that, or would he want you to live in Australia? Sorry, I know this is like really jumping the gun, but I got questions.
You know, let's jump the gun. I like to believe if I speak it into existence, maybe it'll happen. He has not mentioned. I guess I have not asked directly because I'm like, let's not freak him out and be like, so what do you think about Nashville?
I didn't do that. I get it. Yeah.
You want to move? He has mentioned, because we both love Prague so much, he has mentioned wanting to spend a prolonged period of time in Europe. That I can do.
Yeah.
You know, twist my arm. I'll go and stay in Europe for 6 months.
Listen,
like,
sister,
sign
me up for the dual citizenship.
I don't have to be in Nashville for whatever. So I think I'm hoping maybe that. My sister's in Sydney now, though, and she's blowing up my phone. She's like, I think you would like it. I think you would love Sydney. I think you should move there. And I'm like, bitch, I haven't even visited yet. So, like, let's calm down with the Sydney talk. But she loves it.
So he comes here in Christmas.
Yeah.
And your sister's with him right now in
She's
Sydney.
I literally got a selfie of both of them, and I was like,
melt my heart.
My world is exploding right now. I was like, I should be there, but it's fine. I'm not.
It would have been a quick turnaround, 24 hours, right? Because your sister's a flight attendant.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I feel really good vibes about this. I hope this happens. And if not, then like it was still such a beautiful way to feel, you know? Yeah. I always thought that with James and I'm like, and I said that all the time on the podcast. I'm like, if this doesn't happen, knowing that I get to feel this way is enough. Like, I just like feeling this way. Why would you want to take that away from yourself? So
exactly.
And you deserve that. You absolutely deserve that.
Thanks. And you know what? If he comes to America, I want him a double date. Look, they can go on their little gym. They can do gym bro things.
There you go.
Can hang out and
we
drink.
can have some mimosas.
Yeah, I love that.
It. Okay, well, I hope that one day I'm, possibly just watching you walk around with a ring on your finger, and I can be like, oh my God,
same.
But I know the time difference is hard. That was when anyone asks about long distance for me and James, I'm like I said, I always feel really fortunate that we were in the positions that we were in. Sounds like you guys are the same. He owns his own business. You can travel like you want to. We were really blessed in that sense, but time is a thief, and the time difference is a fucking hella thief, and it's hard. It's hard. So I feel you.
I will never forget your and James' analogy of like, well, at least
we don't live in Australia.
I'm like, well, guess where I found mine? Freaking Australia.
Listen, it'll be even better. Your story will top mine. I love you so much. Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
We'll have you back because her and I could just talk to a brick wall, so it'll be great.
Yes, hell yeah.
Thank you. Love you, producer Courtney. Thanks for being there for both of us. Bye.